What's up, everybody? It's your boy Brandon Blakeney, aka Brandon Lee TV. Welcome back to the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Now kick back, relax, and come take a ride with your boy. It was opening night in the WNBA. We had 3 games. Of course, the highly anticipated debut of the number 1 draft pick for the Indiana Fever, Clark, made her debut. And a lot of people had a lot of different feelings about it. I thought it was solid, to be honest. Just cut down on the turnovers. But slow first half. She really got going the second half. But we'll get further into that. I mean, she did match up first game against the Connecticut Sun, arguably the best defensive team in the entire league. This was you really couldn't get a worse draw just about for a debut game. But also, shout out to the Las Vegas Aces. 2-time defending WNBA champions made their debut. A'ja Wilson standing on business once again. And how about the Minnesota Lynx upsetting the Seattle Storm, the rebuilt super team? That was surprising. But before we get into all that, make sure y'all hit the subscribe button for all the latest and the greatest. Join our memberships. We got that exclusive content coming daily, weekly, whenever you need it. Now, let's get into it.
You are now locked into the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Here is your host, Brandon Blakeney.
So the Connecticut Sun came to play, man. Dejanay Carrington was hounding Clark like a dog on a steak, yo. I mean, it was one of the best defensive displays that I've seen in quite some time, man. Every shot was earned, and Clark really didn't get hot from 3 until the second half, when Carrington went out of the game with looked like some cramping issues she was having. But overall, they lost. Alyssa Thomas is a dog. Brianna Bonner, this Connecticut Sun team is loaded. We knew that coming in. Caitlin Clark, the Indiana Fever, I think they played okay, right? They were in the game for most of it until, the fourth quarter where the Sun just put them away for good. But they fought, they scrapped. Caitlin Clark, just getting into the numbers a little bit. Clark had 20 points, 3 assists in 32 minutes, but the 10 turnovers, that was not the 20 and 10 I had in mind for her. Now, Vegas had her scoring at a 20.5 was the mark. She fell just under that. But looking at it, man, she got more comfortable throughout the game. I'm looking at Aaliyah Boston, 4 points, 2 assists, 6 rebounds. Expected a lot more from her, to be honest with you. That's what I was thinking. You know what I'm saying? I really thought that she was underwhelming in this game, and they needed her to have a big game. They started off strong in that pick and roll. I don't know what happened. Nalissa Smith had 13 as well. Erica Wheeler had 8. Grace Berger got some garbage time buckets, had 4. Kelsey Mitchell played in this game. She didn't play a whole lot, only 17 minutes, but 8 points for her. Back to Caitlin, man. So the first half was rough. It was rough shooting. It was terrible. The threes weren't falling. The turnovers were happening very frequently, and that was, kind of a depiction of the whole game. She was just kind of forcing passes, some passes that she got away with at Iowa in the college game that she didn't. It was just she was getting swarmed all night, man. The hedge, the traps. Anytime she came off the pick and roll, they was throwing 2 at her. Carrington was all over her, pestering the basketball. It was a tough matchup. They planned, they scouted, and they prepared for Caitlin Clark. She eventually got going, though, in the second half, and they kept clawing back throughout the third. They were close. They were cutting this game to single digits. They made it interesting for the most part. Clark knocked down some big threes. She stayed aggressive, attacking the cup. Using that pump fake, getting defenders off the ground, and earned some trips to the line as well, man. Other than the turnovers, that was just the main thing. I know her coach has been on her about the shot selection and taking more 2s. So I think we saw her be aggressive, but when her teammates, when she gave the ball up and they started giving it back to her and finding her in space and her playing off ball, she looked really good. Honestly, man, it was a new situation for her. But it was tough, man. The Sun really didn't let them get any type of offensive rhythm. Like, they were swarming the basketball, causing all types of turnovers. We mentioned Caitlin had 10 of them. She's adjusting. We got to give her some grace, man. Like, at the end of the day, it's her first game. She had a better game than Wemby's debut. Colin Cowherd talked about that.
So I watched Caitlin Clark. It's being dubbed a very shaky debut. She was playing against college kids, a month ago. She's 22. I watched. She looked a little tight, a little nervous. Bad first half, better second, finished with 20 points. The betting line over-under, she'd scored 20 and a half. She scored 20. If that's her stinker against the Connecticut Sun team that's supposed to be, I wouldn't know, but supposed to be, I'm told, one of the top 2 or 3 defensive teams in the sport, WNBA, yeah, she had too many turnovers. She's going to be fine. The greatest prospect ever, Wemby's first game, 5 turnovers, 15 points, and he has a little genetic advantage. He's 7'4". Listen, she has carried the weight of women's basketball for a month. I keep hearing about, women's basketball growth. It's been fine, but 700,000 people watch the WNBA finals. Okay, that's significantly less than UFL football games, regular season games, and that sport's a month old. So I thought she looked tight, a little nervous. Teammates giving her hard coaching. It's okay.
They lose the game 92-71, but again, we're talking about a rookie who, like we've known, has the game of basketball in the women's side pretty much on her back right now. She's not the only one, but she's a big one. And she's carrying a sport. 2.1 million people watched her play. A little over 700,000 watched the WNBA finals. We're seeing the impact, the sold-out crowds, how games are having to be moved. She is moving the needle. The league definitely needs her to be a superstar, without a doubt, hands down. We got to keep it real. They need her to continue to get the type of viewership they're getting. It's gonna come, man. I liked what I saw. She kept competing. She fought hard. Her teammates were definitely out there, like they said, giving us her tough coaching. But she stayed resilient, man. She kept fighting. She kept pushing. And most importantly, as a young rookie, she didn't get discouraged. She's a month away from just playing with college players. And now she's thrusted into playing against the best defensive team in the WNBA and still had 20? I think we got to give her a little bit of grace, man. I think this team, they're young. They will continue to get better. I like the group that they have, though. They have some star power. They gotta get on that pick and roll, though, man. That should be deadly. That should be their bread and butter. Aaliyah Boston, Caitlin Clark pick and roll. We saw what happened. They ran it the first play of the game and got a quick bucket. And then they just were not allowed to establish any type of dominance after that. Clark was fighting through foul trouble on top of everything as well. Picked up 2 early ones. So just looking at it, man, she fought through adversity. Her teammates could have made more shots. They could have found her a little bit more. But they're also adjusting to her. So it's adjustment on both sides. They're building chemistry. I think Aaliyah Boston has to be way more effective on both sides of the basketball. They're waiting for Kelsey Mitchell to get back fully at 100%, and that'll take some pressure off Caitlin Clark, too, having another scorer out there, capable shot maker. There's potential with this squad, but it's definitely going to take time. But I got to shout out Caitlin Clark, man. She had a heck of a debut on the big stage, streaming on Disney+. And she didn't get a win, and she had some struggles, like we all know she would, like any rookie does. There's going to be growing pains, but she had some I'm her moments too. So I think we got to give her some grace, but, the talent is there, the production will be there, and the wins will come. Speaking of wins, them Las Vegas Aces, oh my gosh. A'ja Wilson, y'all. Oh my gosh. She still got that 4th place MVP vote etched in her mind, bro. A'ja Wilson is just special, man. Generational. The Aces beat the Mercury 89-80. The Mercury, of course, were without their big star player, Brittany Griner. Chelsea Gray was also out for the Aces, man. Arguably the best point guard in the whole league. So we were robbed a little bit in this matchup. But A'ja Wilson, 35-13. Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness. I'm just saying, y'all. Like, just dominant. Even in from the jump, the first quarter, they were getting her. She shot 1-3, airballed that joint, and immediately went to work in the paint. She's just special. She's got the new shoe coming out. She's one of the faces of the league. They're going for a three-peat, and they're very serious about getting that third championship and trying to tie the Houston Comets. Asia Wilson, bro, she just does it all. There's no lock for the MVP. You know what I'm saying? Nothing like that. Because Alyssa Thomas also had a triple-double last night. So she definitely is still doing what she does. Let's not get it twisted. 10, 13, and 13. But, y'all, them aces, even without Gray, Asia Wilson, 35 and 13. There's nothing she can't do, man. Elite. Kelsey Plum, 19 points, 5 assists, 3 rebounds. Jackie Young, 23 points, 6 assists, and 7 rebounds. With their point guard out, Young and Plum combined for 11 assists, man. Big win, and they left right. They're picking back up right where they left off, man. Even without Gray, even without Candace Parker. We didn't see Deasia Fair or Kate Barton, but you see them listed on the roster, but we didn't see either one of them. Also a big-time win moving over to Minnesota, man. Now, the thing is with Seattle, man, Seattle Storm are going to have more pressure than just about any other team not named the Aces or the New York Liberty. They've got a lot of new pieces, but Nika Ngwamake, Skylar Diggins-Smith, and Jewel Lloyd. I mean, 3 of the best players at their position in the entire league. I got Jewel Lloyd on my fantasy squad. She only had 10 points, but she did lead the team at the guard spot. And I just got to point out, man, like at 5'10", leading the team in rebounds, well, tying, I should say. No, leading. We got to correct it. Leading with 10 rebounds. Also, just not a big scoring night for her. 10 points. Ngwamake, 20 points, 9 rebounds in her Storm debut. Solid game. Diggins at that point guard spot, 10 points, 6 assists, leading the team, 1 rebound. Her first game back in over a year, y'all. So, it was good to see her going out there and being able to play 31 minutes, like, off the bat. Shout out to her trainer, and her putting in that work. And we saw that, man. We saw that in one of my past videos where we talked about Diggins getting emotional, signing with the Storm, reuniting with college teammate Jewel Lloyd. But they lose to the Minnesota Lynx 83-70, y'all. This was not expected, man. But Nafisa Collier out there getting busy, yo. 20 points, 12 rebounds, imposing her will. Alana Smith, 22 points, 2 assists, 8 rebounds. That front court duo went to work. You got Courtney Williams leading the backcourt with 14 points. We also saw Alyssa Peely get into this game. She played 10 minutes, so shout out to her getting active, making her rookie debut. It was unfortunate we didn't get to see Nika Mule, man. She couldn't play today. Or yesterday, I should say. She couldn't play because of her visa. We don't know what's going on with that situation. Hopefully she gets it worked out. We were thinking she might not even make this team because of this situation. But she did make the team. She's on the squad. Now, I mean, they could have used her last night, man. They could have used the extra guard to move that basketball and some more defense, man. But, I mean, they were getting murked in the post. We just got to be honest. But I think Mule could have helped this group. That'll be something to monitor going forward. What is the deal? When will she be able to play? What's going on with her visa? Is she, like, going to get deported back to Germany? Like, what's going on, bro? This is weird. I don't think we've seen a situation like this in, American professional sports in quite some time. This is nuts. Like, Joker ain't have to go through this. What's going on? Man, I'm just excited, though, man. There were some big wins. There are some big games still left. I'm very surprised the Lynx beat the Seattle Storm. I was not expecting Minnesota to beat them, to be honest with y'all, just the star power. But it takes time. With these super teams, you got to build chemistry. It takes time. We got to give them some grace. It's night 1. It's the opening night. But we did get to see some rookies make their debut, and we're going to see some more rookies make their debuts tonight. Angel Reese, Rakia Jackson, Cameron Brink, Aaliyah Edwards. It's just going to be a great night. But come on, man. I mean, I hate that for Nika Mule, but there were some rookies we didn't see like Fair and Martin we mentioned, but some big time performers. Alyssa Thomas, triple dub. She can't even shoot a jumper. She out there playing with 2 torn labrums, y'all, and she out there getting work, giving work. We saw the double for Asia Wilson. We mentioned Caitlin Clark, giving her some grace. We got to see more from that rest of the team too, and her. She got to stop turning the ball over, but she'll get used to the pace and the physicality. She definitely got better in that half of basketball, I'm going to say. From the first half to the second half, we saw a kind of a different player. So she'll get it right. Y'all let me know what are the biggest topics that we need to be talking about. What are y'all looking forward to? Who are going to be the surprise teams? And what are the Rookie of the Year odds looking like? We'll do a Rookie of the Year odds video. I know Caitlin Clark first in the rookie race predictions for Vegas. Third for the WNBA MVP award. So a lot of pressure. We'll see how it goes, man. Y'all holler at your boy. Let me know how y'all feel in the comments. That's a wrap for us. Make sure to hit that subscribe button to stay up with the latest and the greatest. Until next time, hey, man, we out.